everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a new wave of stuff for Heroscape. We have here the Embers of War. This is still from Age of Annihilation, Heroscape. And yeah, we got sea creatures, dragons, wizards, and more to take a look at. You have 4 different boxes here, 2 of them with common units inside. So I'm very excited about taking a look at this stuff. Here we go. Okay, the first thing we'll take a look at here is the Crimson Widow and the Dreadnoughts of Caraway Cavern. So first we'll start with her. Now, she is interesting. The game already has quite a few pirates in it. But what I like about her, the Crimson Widow, is she can pick any unique squad and make them pirates. Yay! And so whenever she moves, your pirates increase their attack value by 1 when they fight next to them. Like she cheers them up. And she can move 2 pirates that are within 3 spaces each. But it's just fun, if you're making a pirate army, to turn a group of people, oh, these guys are they're now pirates, so that's fun. Then we have the Dreadnoughts of Caraway Cavern. I love these miniatures. You know, they look like almost they're from Davy Jones' ship here. Great, awesome fighting ability here. And they pick a captain, which could be the Crimson Widow or one of your other captains in the game, and you can take a turn with them first. They get extra defense dice, and they get an extra attack for each wound inflicted on that attack, which I think is pretty neat since they roll 3. And so for each skull roll, you have a chance to do some major damage with these guys. Now, they have no range, so there is that, but I would just use them because I think their miniatures are fun. It's time to get excited about common units here. And in this set, we have 2 squads of them. First, we have the Scions of Icaria. So they're little weenie dragons here. One is looking at a skull. One is grinding to get you. And this one is eating a smaller dragon. I'm not sure what it's eating. Anyway, though, all 3 are the same, even though they're different colors. And they'll follow someone, that says they'll follow an Archmage, Dragon, King, or Queen. Well, if nothing else, there are plenty of dragons in the game, so they can follow them. And so you get to after you take a turn with them, they'll follow up. They have range. They have a little dragon breath attack. There's 75 points. There's 3 of them. They're fine. Their breath attack is kind of cool to have them. I like them more for theming because, hey, here comes my big dragon and a bunch of mini dragons. Even more, though, I love these guys. First of all, they're giants. So these are really cool. I mean, this is the size of an ordinary Heroscape figure. These ones are big, and they're just archers, and I love archers. My favorite character in the game is an archer. They have a range of 7, and when they have 3 attack, but if the range is 4 or more, they're +1, so then it's 4 attack, and if it is exactly 7 or more, which would be hard to hit because they only go 7, but if somehow they can increase their range, then you add 2 to that attack value. Well, that's pretty cool. And they're also huge figures. They look neat. They have 2 health each, and for 80 points, because it's a common squad, it'd be fun to have like 3 of these in your army. More common stuff here with the Crackling and Gelry Vanguards. So we'll start with the Crackling here. So this is a unique hero, and so this has some weird warping. It's Cthulhu. It does have Eldritch here, where it can warp 4 spaces, switch with somebody else. But the coolest thing about this one is that it can hit 3 times in a row. Now, for each damage it takes, it hits 1 less time. It also can swim, so there's that too. But it's still pretty neat. Again, with 3 health, 85 points, attack for 4 3 times. Only has a range of 1, but being able to warp is pretty neat. And then when you combine that with these guys, they're some of the coolest models in the game. They're like attack walrus fish things. I mean, this guy, just look at him. It's a really cool miniature. They look like they can fly, but they can swim. But at the beginning of their round, they can move each fierce and unfathomable figure. So this is something I'm going to have to go back and look, because fierce is not a keyword I often think about, or unfathomable, but they go, with the hero that comes in this set here. And so they can move 1 space for each order marker that's on them, so you can make that Crackling move even farther. And then there are 2 to their defense value on water spaces, or when they defend against an attack from a figure that has height advantage. So that's kind of neat, that defend the deep. And then, like I said, they have swim. They are only 65 points, which is pretty good for an attack 3, defensive 2. And again, kind of really cool models. Now it's time for Wizards, the Heroes of Aberraeus. So these are some pretty neat characters, especially if you like beasts and who can control them. So we'll start with this one here. They can command a familiar, so they can take a turn with a small or medium beast you control. And there's already a couple in this game. There's some in the set, and we'll take a look at them last. But I love this Marachot, or however you pronounce them. They get +2 skulls automatically, so they have 2 to 3 when they hit because it's a 1 attack. And when revealing them, you can choose a unique hero, and you need a 16 or higher. It says if it's your own +3, that's some weird thing if someone else is taking control of it. But a 16 or higher, you temporarily control them, and then you could attack with them, do whatever, which is pretty neat. I love taking control of my opponent and causing a mess with them. So that's cool. They're not a very strong fighter themselves, but they control the beasts. They're not the only one to control the beasts. We also have this giant figure here. Another unique hero, Halachot. I guess maybe they're related because they both have Chot in their name. Both wizards. Anyway, they can control 2 small, medium, or large beasts. And the staff here, you can attack with it before or after. They're much stronger on their own. And they're also good if you're fighting beasts, but this is a very specific. And then they have flying. Don't ignore that. The flying thing is pretty powerful. They are not the last one, though. We have another wizard in this set. This guy here with some weird tentacle stuff. Also can control a small and medium beast. If an enemy small or medium beast goes next to them, you have a chance to lower their attack. Again, kind of weird. I mean, how often are you fighting enemy beasts? That's very specific. But there's reach that you can hit with their range value, so they have 1 to 2 with their hit. And if they're next to a tree or bush, you can remove stuff from them. I like anybody who does stuff with terrain that's different. There's a lot of creatures that do things with water and lava, but having someone who heals next to trees, that's fun, and it makes you move them around the map. Now, I did mention there's beasts, so there's 2 in this set. We have the Bramble Tooth Beast here, who has sharp thorns. Anyone goes next to them has to roll a 20-sided die, and their attack goes down, and they also might even take a wound, which for 45 points is a pretty nice little thing. And then the other one here, the Zenith Wing, stealth flying, attack 2 and 3, but again, they're only 30 points. And if they're within 5 of a wizard, you roll 20-sided die, 12 or higher, a wound marker comes off a friendly wizard or beast that's next to them. So they're healing. Again, this isn't like amazing, but it's also 30 points. I really like this set, but again, no surprise. I'm a huge fan of Heroscape. My favorite of these boxes is the Wizards with Beasts, just because there already is some stuff with Beasts, and this is going to mix it up a lot. And I think the Black Widow is one of my favorite characters, just being able to, again, I know it doesn't matter, but turning a group into pirates lets me now make a pirate army, especially when she brings these in. But I like the common units. The other 2 sets, in particular, like I said, I love to have like 3 sets of those great bow archers just moving around, giving yourself a really good ranged army. And then the dragons, I love the idea of having Mother Dragon come in with the small dragons. And then the sea creatures. So probably I would give the sea creatures an 8, the dragons and bows an 8.5, and the same with the sea, the Black Widow, and then a 9 for the Wizards and Beasts, just because they're so much fun to mess around and move with. This set just keeps getting better and better. There's a little bit of the pirate captains and the wizards, and if you don't want to worry about all that bonding that they have in this game, these sets are doing a lot of that, but it does let you make some really focused armies. And now that some of these are common, if you want to get multiple units of them, that'll really come around well. So another great expansion here, Embers of War. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.